Hey, yo, Lenny, I got you. CommunityXchange. Can't walk. Y'all down watching the realest podcast in the city, you heard? It's our time, we ain't finna lose. We ain't just dropping, we giving jewels. This the spot where you get the news. Updates and all the interviews. Where they at? Where y'all dudes been? Hottest in the city every time they tuned in. The mood is right, the clips is wide. You can't just tune in, you gotta hit subscribe.
Yeah, we back for another episode of Community Exchange. I got the recording artist, the author, the actor, the entrepreneur, the fashion designer, Sam Rawstein. What's up with you?
Yeah, what's up, bro? How you, man?
Good with you,
My
man.
guy.
Shalom, man.
It's always a pleasure to be
I
here.
ain't seen you in a minute, man.
I'm in the cut, man.
You
I'm in the cut, man.
There was
I'm
a
living,
lot going on since the last time you was on the show. I know I ain't do a show in a minute. I know you did like a couple videos and stuff like that, but you've been in the cut too.
I have been in the cut, yeah.
So, what's been going on? How's life?
Life been good though, honestly though. Shout out to the fans, shout out to you, shout out to everything you doing. Shout out to New Beginners Foundation. But I just really been in the cut, bro. I just been taking care of my family. Shout out to my son, Prince the artist. But I just really been relaxing, trying to get my mind right, regrouping, recharging my batteries, and just enjoying life, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Just enjoying life, man.
I can get that because take care of the family. I just had the baby like 10 months ago.
No doubt.
Linux, But yeah, like that transition from like being like an entrepreneur or working on your craft and being a father, like it's hard to balance like certain times.
For sure.
Like how do you keep level-headed in that situation?
You know what's crazy, bro? It's every day, it's a fight.
Yeah.
Every day we struggle, and it's a battle, especially with my son being as old as he is, and being damn near grown. So it's a lot of back and forth as far as, communicating. Mm-hmm. It's key.
Right.
But for me, it's just trying to find even ground and balance with everything going on in my world. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta take a step back. Like I had to take a step back this year because I'm like, it's just a lot going on. I don't want to overwhelm myself. You know what I mean? Still worry about health, shit like that. So it's just, pace. It's all about pace, man. There's some days you just gotta shut it down. Be like, all right, you know what? No social media today. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't going outside. Like we gonna lock it in the crib. Man, we gonna focus on what's necessary at the time.
Right.
I mean, then you gotta just mix it up. Make sure you keep it colorful, bro.
The older we get, the more how society say the disconnect happened to the youth. Like,
sure.
Do you feel as though you have a disconnect with your son in certain things, or it seems like because you in the scene, you still in the hip hop scene, you still like outside, so to speak? Do you think there's similarities or the connection is there all the way?
Not all the way. I would say it's probably like 80-20 on our best days, because you gotta look at how you was when you was young.
Yeah, right.
It's a disconnect with your parents, like. And more so back when we was young, because my dad, he wouldn't let me listen to no hip hop.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear it in the crib. But, and that's the mindset I have is like, I can't just always kick it with you. I'm not your friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got responsibilities. I got to teach you certain things, and I got to move a certain way. So it's just an understanding. So sometimes he be mad. Like, we can have an argument, bro. Like, we not even an argument, but a disagreement. But because I let him voice his opinion. And then 20 minutes later, oh, Dad, we about to go eat. Dad, we out. Let's go to the mall. Let's shoot. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, so it's not a situation where he can get mad at me and not talk to me for days. Like, what? Oh, bro.
Right.
We killing that. We eating. Like, what we about to do? Like, where we going? Like, I'm saying, where you going back to your mom's house? Like, so just him understanding that and knowing that, keep our relationship lit. We just grow every day, bro.
The biggest thing that I be having to disconnect with, it's just the fashion, bro. Like,
facts.
It's like you got from the people that don't even care what they wear. Like, it's like I'm wearing all purple and I got like an orange hat or whatever. I don't care.
Out there, yeah.
Out there, you got the ones everything tight fitted. You got the ones that's just never played sports in their life, but all they wear is Under Armour, like and
track suits,
and then they just the thugs be the ones that look like they dancers all the time. So it's it's just so weird. Like I guess when we were young too, our mom used to look like, why they wear these oversized clothes? It's like, so you know, like the generation there's like we have this connect, but it's cool that you staying in the loop. And you know, congratulations. Like being a father is hard. Like
for sure.
You know,
appreciate
a lot of people, you know, take that for granted. Like especially the fathers that's out here doing their thing, man. So I gotta commend you on that. You know, big up to all the fathers, man.
Same
you know,
to you, man.
We do our thing. But speaking with that, you know, like just like being a father and being there for your kid, like how do you feel about like what's going on in our city right now? You know, with the gun violence and like young people dying at like a young age.
It's out of control, but it's been out of control.
Right.
You know, like, and there's not enough people like yourself to stand up against gun violence and like really use your voice, use your platform. You know, it's not enough for black men in the household teaching their sons not to be out here doing X, Y, Z. So as a community, you know, we gotta be better as, you know, leaders for our future. Right. So I mean, it's crazy out there, bro, because they dropping like flies. You know what I mean? That's why I talk to my son. We communicate on a like I said, on a dope level where he know, you know what I mean, what's going on. So we just gotta be more vocal. We gotta be more present, and you know, we gotta demand that shit in our community, bro.
You think like us growing up, do you think like the violence got worse or it's just more like televised? Because it feel like niggas was dying all the time, like, but it seemed like I can know what's going on across the city and the world by just picking up the phone. Then even though I knew shit was going on, but I wasn't that frightened to just step outside.
Right. I think it's a perspective on who you asking, but you know, I think everything is relevant.
Right.
You know, because now you're aware of everything that's going on. You can go on your phone and you can see somebody get murdered on video or surveillance. So now it's crazy because everybody can see people getting murdered. Right. You know what I mean? The George Floyd situation, you know, it shocked the world. But did it really shock the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just caught on video. When it's caught on video, it's just more.
Everybody got a.
You know, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's more high def. So that's what you're dealing with now. But it been murder, it been violence, it been, you know, cruel acts happening all over the world since the beginning of the time. You know what I'm saying? But we just more exposed to it now. And I feel like it's more senseless acts of violence now than it more was back in the 80s or the 90s, because it was more law as far as like we was policing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You go to the OGs or, you know what I'm saying, like somebody squash a beef or, you know what I mean? Like it was more organized back in the day than it is now. Like, cause it's motherfuckers just out here just doing whatever. Like, it ain't even about shit. You know what I'm saying? You
think for us, like most of these kids that's doing that shit right now, it's like the seed, like our generation offspring. So it's like certain thing I asked somebody before, like, do you think some of that hostility and the way they act come from us or our generation? Because the example I could give you is this, is like, we grew up with people, especially young boys that used to be around us. And certain things that we used to say, some of them may take like to heart or to extreme that we didn't. If we see a cop, we say, man, fuck them cops, man, I fucking hate them. They grow up like already hating a cop to the point that even when they get to our level, it's already attacked them because they felt like that's how we was with them.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Like, do you think like, what, not even like even with a community type, is like, what do you think for us, like, we could just like, what avenue you think we can give them to just find different hope? Like, cause it look like they lost, like.
I believe in every generation it was lost souls. Mm-hmm. You know, you go back to when we grew up and everybody who we used to hang around. Where all them niggas at now? Them niggas ain't doing good. A lot of them niggas doing bad. Like a lot of niggas is fucked up out here. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, you know, drugs, you know, women, you know, just hanging around the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit changed your trajectory. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got to ask themselves a question, man. Like, what do you want for your future?
Right.
When I ask my son, all right, yeah, we're going to get them answers. Now, when you get around somebody who don't want to be saved, you got to be able to recognize that because you can't save everybody, even much as you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how cold the world really is. Like, a lot of motherfuckers don't want no help. They want to be out here fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because they already lost. It's already over. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can try as hard as we want to try to pull them back in and try to get them and try to get as many people as we can.
I don't do that.
You know, you got to save who you can save and know the moments when, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, he done or she done or whatever the situation circumstances is. But people got to know what they want out of life too.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't just be out here just moving and shaking, talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm with whatever. Yeah. No, you're not with whatever.
Right. You talk about trajectory. That's a good word. Like, and how to get where you want to be. And what made you change the perspective and like to get your trajectory or like have the vision like this is where I want to be? Because again, you said like the brand you got on and everything labeled Fiestabowl, you would say. And we didn't get deep into the conversation last time. It was just like, okay, Fiestabowl.
Right.
Managers. I mean, you had managers, you had group, you had label. Even before it was official, you were screaming out Fiestabowl before that.
Right.
Talk about the history of like before it was like that LLC to that business to what you just thought up like Fiestabowl and my man's from the block and we doing it. Like what made you even say like this ain't working, I gotta go this way?
I just want some extra. You know what I mean? Like I wanted more. Because my brain is constantly working. You know, like I can't shut that motherfucker off. So that rap shit cool. You know what I'm saying? But like how is it structured? You know, what are we doing? Like, how are we stepping on the scene? You know what I'm saying? Like what are we representing? Right. You know, like it has to be more. You know what I mean? I want more. You know what I mean? That was always the key for me. Like, all right, like, you know, that song hot, but you know, or that mixtape hot, but what's next? Like what's, you know, because that's how a fan would think, or that's how the general public would think. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, what else you got? Right. You know, so many people I get around and they be like, all right, what else you doing? You know what I'm saying? What else you working on? You know what I'm saying? So it's constantly always feeding that machine. So it's like, I want to be known for more than just one thing. Fiestabowl is an entertainment company. Right. So it ain't just about, and that's where niggas lost me at with the whole, I'm the hottest in the camp shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, I'm the best out shit. Like, cause I never gave a fuck about that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can get on and we can make records and we can do shit and everybody can blossom as artists and be whoever they want to be, but I'm looking at differently. Like, I want behind the scenes shit to get done. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's put a fucking movie together. Who said we can't do that? You know what I'm saying? Young black kids from the inner city put a movie together. And if I ain't got nobody to fund it for me, guess what? We're going to put it out ourselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck what we can't do, or whatever somebody say we can't do. We can do whatever we want if we put our mind to it. So it's just plan, preparation, execution.
Yeah, I feel that because my mind's like that. Like, I always been a person, if I said it, I'm going to find a way to do it, and I'm going to do it. You know, a lot of things, even when we were little, I kept on saying, I'm going to be a boss, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Regardless if it got laughed at, right. I just knew, like, the vision I had. So, with that, I don't ever think I had people that was, like, envious of certain shit that I did, but I just felt like I had, like, sometimes, like, hostility or hate around me, or people that just didn't fuck with me because I did everything that I said I was going to do.
That's a fact.
So, did you have that, like, was the success that you have now, did you see that coming, or people started acting different when you started doing your thing?
For sure. But I never really looked at it like they hate me, or they jealous, or they worried about what I'm doing like that. I just feel like when you get to a certain level in life, and when you doing things, and you got a vision, and you the man, and people following you, they're gonna have opinions. They're gonna have things they might not like. Decisions that you made, they might not like. If you tell them no, when you've been telling them yes for the past 6 months, and then you finally tell them no for something they really want to do, and you tell them no, they're gonna have ill feelings to you. They're gonna resent you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're giving somebody so much. You know what I'm saying? Like you giving them studio time, you giving them clothes to wear. At photo shoots or video shoots. You know what I mean? You giving them their own apparel. If they want to start their own brand, they can do that. Right. You know what I mean? You put people in a position to do things, but resentment come with that. You know what I mean? Because how outsiders look at it every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta call Raw, ask Raw, can you do X, Y, Z? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you might be dealing with a chick and she might feel that way. Like, damn, like, yeah, go ask your dad or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got no money. Like, or whatever the situation is. Like, people minds be fucked up about certain shit. You know what I mean? They don't know how to handle that shit. So what they do? I mean, they start hating on you. They start resenting you. They start giving you the cold shoulder. They start making up rumors about you. They start doing all kind of nut shit.
What is the and just entertainment that you have? What is your, not say biggest resentment? What do you feel was like your biggest hurt? I look at always hurt as not as the way of like, damn, if I would go back, I'd change it. But damn, that situation like clicked to make me who I am. Like, let's say I had a chick and she hurt me because she used me. That hurt made me like see things differently. Not play, like, move different. So what hurt that you felt as though that you had just like career-wise that made you be like, damn, let me.
When I had to make the decision to do everything by myself, to start over, because like I was just saying, like, everybody can't or everybody not supposed to go. When it's your vision, but then you got a bunch of artists you're working with, you got a bunch of people that's around at the time, and it's supposed to pop off. Let's say it don't. You know what I'm saying? And then, but you get shit done, you doing shit, but then at the same time, it's like, motherfuckers bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't in it like you in it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a disconnect. Now it's tension. You know what I'm saying? Now it's too many egos involved. So it's like, yo, what we doing? Is we doing this shit or we not doing it? So I honestly really feel like I had to come to a realization like, you can't always get money with your homies. And the timing might be off. But you gotta be realistic with yourself. You gotta make a decision and say, yo, all right, well, am I gonna say fuck it and just kick it with my homies? Or am I gonna go off and just do what I'm supposed to do? Go to these shows by myself. Go to the studio and lock in by myself. Go out of town to business meetings by myself. Handle all the business by myself until I link up with people that is on the same type of time I'm on. It hurt in the beginning because I felt like, I'm like, damn, I'm at odds with my homies about my passion. And it shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers who I love, these motherfuckers who I be like, yo, I give you the last couple hours in my pocket to go get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of love I got for motherfuckers, but they didn't have the same love for the passion. So there you go. I mean, I'm fucked up. But the passion kept me fighting for what I believed in. So I was just like, all right, cool. I see them niggas when I see them niggas.
Do you feel as though they felt the same way? Or you felt as though like certain people would be like, damn, Raw left me hanging? Because perspective is like a funny thing. Like, because we can have a perspective like how we see it, how it deal with us. And people can have a whole totally different perspective, like a vantage point. Like everybody got their own view. Like, have you ever talked to them about a situation, or how is the round table ever coming up?
I mean, I wanted to, but then everybody at different places in their life. So what you gonna do? You know what I mean? I don't know if everybody feel the same way or not. Only thing I could do is be open-minded enough to be like, okay, if you told me what was going on in that time, and you know what I mean, like how you felt and all that, I could sympathize with you. Because I can do that with people. But can you do that with me? Because everybody feel like they right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they in a mess, or when they ain't focused or whatever, then you try to check them or you try to tell them, you know what I'm saying, like, we need to get here, but they giving you so much pushback. A lot of people don't even want to believe what the fuck you got to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember it was times you was telling me shit, and I'm like, man, get the fuck out my face. I ain't trying that shit. Nigga, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me smoke my weed, let me do me, quit, bro. But I'm the type of person, it's going to click eventually. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what you want me to do? But I'm open to having a round table. I am. I'm open to discussion. I'm open to conversation. I mean, I'm not, and that's to say, like, I'm still cool with most of these people. Like, so if I see you in the street, it's love. If you want to have a conversation, we can have it, but don't waste my time.
And I feel as though, cause we all, like, if people don't know, me and him grew up like in the same like neighborhood and certain things like that. The way you handle like passion wasn't the same way I handle passion then. Because knowing or seeing the best in someone, to me was if they don't see it, just give up. And it wasn't like to push them, it was just like, if they don't want that fight, you shouldn't fight for them. So I could tell you like, yo, I wanted you to do this. And you say, make it out my face. I'm like, yo. And it's always private conversations because it would never be something fully for everyone.
Right.
If you didn't want it, then I couldn't see myself being around a person that I feel as though is being detrimental to his real like self. Like
Thanks.
that's not you. So people could take it as like, yo, nigga wasn't fucking with us. It was more so like, yo, as a kid, you don't know how to handle this shit. Like, and it's more so not to say it hurt. It's just more like, damn, he don't get it. Like,
Thanks.
and people would never understand because I never spoke on it because I was like, this is how you feel, and that's cool. But I could never jump in a situation or make you understand what I'm saying when you don't even see it yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Respect.
That's my take on certain things. But yeah, music. I mean, I was just hearing a little rumor, like a little birdie told me, like, you was about to start acting, man, or you been acting. Like, I need to know what's going on.
Yo, it's crazy, man. Cause I'm not an actor, bro. Stop doing it to me. You know, like I love entertainment, so. Yes, we gonna dibble and dabble in movies. We gonna dibble and dabble in acting. I really want to direct them. You know, I want to put it together because I'm a creator.
I'm gonna tell you this little story, right? This boy used to have a goatee. This boy used to have a goatee. This is years ago. This boy talking about he taking professional pictures. He about to go to New York. He about to start acting. Blah blah blah. Nigga go up there, little headshot, everything. They go in and be like, that's nice, but I need you to cut your beard. What you do when they told you to cut your beard? You remember that? Philly. Yeah, he came back to Philly. Boy could have been acting. He told me I ain't cutting my beard.
Yeah, no, for sure. But no, shout out to Life Media. Shout out to One Management. Shout out to Grady Jones. They doing great things right now in the TV space. So, you know, they got this TV series that's about to drop. A couple months, I think. I'm not sure really on the date, but it's gonna come out. And you know, I got an opportunity to get a little small scene in there. You know, where I do my thing on there. Like I'm not a cast member on the show, but you know, I got a little 15 seconds of fame on there on one of the episodes. You know, they got the premiere coming up soon, so you know, I'm excited about that. You know, my first time like really like hitting the TV scene a little bit, and there's more to come. So I'm excited about it. Yes.
Shout out to One Management too. Like, how's your relationship? Because I see them doing a lot of things. Like they moving silent but deadly at the same time.
Busy.
Like,
Getting busy.
You know what I mean? Like, talk a little bit about your relationship.
That's my guy, man. We brothers, man. Brothers with a dope relationship. You know what I mean? And he called me up and was like, "Yo, I got this situation. You know what I mean? Like, what you want to do?" And I'm like, "All right, bet." Because he know what's understood don't got to be explained.
Right.
I'm a businessman, he a businessman. You know what I mean? We do business together. But he know, like, with me, it's like, I'm not signed to One Management. I'm not, One Management artist, but that's family.
Right.
So we gonna do whatever we gotta do. If he got something and he like, yo, I want you to be a part of it, I'm like, I got you. Same vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Madface and Duke. Shout out to my guy Duke. Shout out to my guy Rod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we all family. So whenever the calls come in, you know what I'm saying, we get busy. You know what I mean? But the expectation, I feel like it ain't, oh yeah, we're all one of our artists, so he gonna be doing everything we gonna be doing. You know what I mean? They making moves, they getting busy. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, salute the team.
Yeah, I like a couple of songs. You know, I like the, I don't know, it's not called a symphony. I forgot the song. What it's called.
Who won the record?
It's you. I don't even know the other two boys. You in the park though.
It's called Determination, man.
Determination.
Yeah, Determination,
yeah, I'm thinking
man.
it's something because it's like a symphony shit.
Yeah,
like,
no, Determination. Shout out to Duke. Yeah, Matthews
I like that one. You know, did they produce also Hero too?
Yep.
Yeah, Hero.
Yep.
And you know, Bread and Butter. You know, that's my shit.
For sure, that's all Man Face Productions right there, man.
All of that. That's like
all man,
real.
yeah, for
like,
sure.
They dope records. Like they give me a nostalgia vibe, but also like present. Yeah, like in that sense, like I feel as Joe, like young people can get it, and like old people can like it take you back, like.
Right.
So them records is dope, like you gotta holler at Rawstein and shit, man. It's moving. So those was like records that came out like how about like a year ago, right?
Yeah.
So I know you cooking stuff up. I mean, I know you took a year off, but as a person that's working, you don't really stop working.
Facts.
So what you been doing like recently?
Well,
in music, let's say it like that. In music.
See, I was about to say because you know it's all I'm all over the place.
Broad, yeah.
All right, so I still ain't dropped the Soul Food mixtape with Mickey. Shout out to my guy Mickey Cohen. We still got to put Soul Food out. He was going through some things in real life, and man, I was taking a little break, so we didn't actually put the mixtape out, but we about to put it out. We add some new records on there. Put a little more juice on that joint. And now we about to drop that. Hopefully we can get it out before the end of the year. I don't want to put a date on it because it's always the pressure of, we got to get together. Like, you know what I mean? Because at one point I got so used to just dropping when I wanted to, just drop a single when I wanted to. I ain't got to worry about it because I ain't doing a record with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And if I am doing a feature, it's just one record, I could just drop it. But the whole project thing, linking up, we got to be at the same place all at the same time.
Right.
Then we got to communicate. We got to be, on the same page. It's still things that we still got to iron out. So Soul Food about to drop, and then I got the Federo album I'm gonna do.
That's gonna be crazy.
So them two projects is the projects that I'm recently working on, and they should be out before by next year, both of them.
I put niggas on the Federo too, like
for sure. Shout out to my man Lenny. Shout out to Federo. Yeah, he got that heat. So so those two projects, I'm working with a couple people, man. Shout out to my boy Kiss who be holding me down. You know what I'm saying? D Block all day. The locks. So yeah, we working, man. I got some shit. I'm cooking.
So you got the music. You back to the management. What is the hardest thing? Like, and you manage a lot, and I say management. I think, and I believe you still do. You still have the models. I call them scouts because it's boys and girls. Like, and you have artists. Well, one artist, correct?
Right now,
there's one artist.
Right now, yeah.
So, just in the years, like we just dating back. What is the hardest thing that like? Is it harder to manage artists or models?
Right now, I would say the artists. Models, they get a lot of opportunity. I feel like, they just gotta want to do it. It could come with some headaches, but them headaches is more like car rides, tardiness, shit like that. You know what I mean? Don't be like, Then you always got a replacement. You know what I mean? If something was to happen, like so. It's just all about how you move. But with an artist, is different because you're really trying to break this artist. You know what I mean? And get this artist where they want to be at. But artists is never really stable enough to really know where they at and where they really want to go. They always change their fucking mind.
So, with that, like, me personally, I hate older artists. Because they don't want to listen. And I feel as though if an artist doesn't want to listen to like the management or that coach, you would say, it becomes a rift, and the knowledge that you're trying to kick it to them, they'll never understand. Thanks. So with that, like you said, like with your son, because it's your son, and how certain things you may let slide because he's your son. How do you balance that? I gotta be firm in certain ways and still let him grow in certain ways, work together.
You know, that's the thing. You know, that's the fight. You fight every day. You know, because he think similar to me. You know, people say we move the same, but I don't think it's the exact same movement. But his voice, you know, the way he navigates through the music, you know what I mean, and where he wants, you know what I mean. So it's patience, bro. That's all it really is. It's patience and then us communicating. But he about to break out though. One thing I didn't want to do is I didn't want to put too much pressure on my son to be that early. You know, he ain't even 17 yet. So for me, it's more like a situation where I wanted to make sure that he's mentally prepared for what's coming for him. Because, you know, you get caught up in there and, you know, you start forgetting who you are, you start really feeling yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted him to be grounded. You know what I mean? And then also I really wanted to make sure that there's something he really wanted to do. Because most kids, they might get into a sport or get into something and then they might have a passion for it for a little while, but then that flame will die and then they go do something else. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people, well, I can't even say a lot of people, but everybody's timing is different for when they find a true passion. You know what I mean? Because it might not be your passion. It just might be something you really like at the time. You know, so I had to wait a couple years to really see, like, all right, is this a phase? You know what I mean? Is it going to die out? Is he going, you know, go find something else that he think he like? Or is he going to stick to it and be like, yo, Dad, this is really it. This is me. This is what I want to do. This is my life. You know, so once he made his mind up and he said, yeah, this is me. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, then we going to situate you. Like, but 17, 18 was my marker for him to really break out and be an artist. Like, because I didn't want him to really get into it too soon.
God, I know you ain't want him to be an artist at all. You used to say that.
You know.
Time. So I think it's like a good interview because I got like in depth with certain things that a lot of people don't really know too much about, but you don't really speak on. So your business aspect, like even though you dibble and dabble with a lot of things for you, I know you help other people out as well. Right? And you have, I wouldn't always say you budgeted certain people's like business, but you help them get started. And the mindset that you are in now and where you trying to elevate to where you want to be, and now you have your son, and now you have other things that you put in the back burner, not there, like is in the forefront. Is helping people now more of a priority? I mean, is it less of a priority than what it used to be? No.
It's just has to fit into the flow of what we already doing.
Okay.
You know, like, so if I say I got a documentary coming out next year, and it's going to be on TV networks. If you want to get a 5-second slide on there, if you want to help me put it together, you know what I mean? If it's something that you can do on that project, then we can work. So it has to fit. It has to go in line on what we doing. You know, so if my son got a project coming out next year, and you want to get on it as a feature, we can talk about it. You know what I mean? If you want to be a video vixen in a video, we can talk about it. Like, all these things are still accessible. It's just, it has to fit in the flow of the operation. Otherwise, I don't want to have a conversation. It's artists that I'm actually talking to that we are going to work together moving forward, but it just has to fit in the flow.
Yeah. No, I get it. I definitely get it. I mean,
you always trying to push somebody my way. You always trying to send somebody my way so I can help them out.
I used to. Listen, I used to. That's because you wanted to help everybody out. So I'm like, yo, I got artists for you. Here you go. I don't want to deal with artists. And I don't want to even put, like, you didn't deal with a lot of artists I've seen. You didn't finance their whole career. And when I say finance, it doesn't always be like money-wise. It's putting them in situations that they never had before to win. And sometimes people don't get it. Like, for me, putting you in front of an artist that you admire, that's a jewel that you would never get by yourself. Putting you on a show, on a stage, or an actual stage that you can perform in front of people, that's a finance that you will probably never get. Getting on streaming platforms to do certain things, that is certain things people don't know, like, damn, how much it costs, or people you may have to know to get to certain situations to get done.
Sure.
So when people don't see the back of, like, how things are getting the business side, I don't know, like, and it don't work right for them. I don't understand why the resentment or the hate or a little beef come when there's certain things by yourself, how shit handled, you don't even know how it go.
That's because they don't understand the business, and they're not putting themselves in your shoes. Yeah. Like the crazy part about it, like when I ever, bro, I was so mentally fucked up how I was programmed because that's all I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type of person, like, even before I really pictured or considered them to be artists and considered it to be a label, and before all of that, we was just getting money, and we was just in the studio, and I was just locking in, and I would just do blocks in the studio, and just had all my niggas come up there, we just rap, and just be in the studio, locking in all day long. Like, I didn't care about the money at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, before I really understood the business part. You know what I'm saying? Or it has to be, you gotta make a return. You gotta do X, Y, Z. This is how it really is. You gotta have paperwork. Like, it's so I've learned the business. I didn't really respect the business. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they're ignorant to the business on that front because they don't know it yet. And they gotta educate themselves, bro. Or they gonna keep running into the same situation.
The situation for certain people is dead, man, and it's nothing I can say about it. Like,
right. I'm still helping people though. My door's still open, man. But you gotta know what you want, and you gotta be serious about your situation. Man, that's all.
Just continue. I'm gonna give you my advice. Just continue to help yourself, and once how your resume becomes bigger, certain people that you left right here can't compete, and because they took long to realize it, I can't go back. I mean, it's not because I don't want to. It just hurts me more than it helps you.
Thanks.
And that's where it stands on it. Man, this was a good interview, man. I fucked with you, man.
You're my guy, man.
And there's a lot of things. I'm going to ask you, as soon as them things drop, because I'm going to be watching Tubi, I'm going to be watching some shit. I got real things to ask you after that. I'm like, man, you got to tighten up with the little makeup, man. I got clients with the makeup you got on the movies and all that.
It's cool. It's cool, bro. I want all the smoke. I'm back outside, man.
But he back outside. Let them know your social media platforms and everything.
You already know, man. Fiestabowl Entertainment, man. On all platforms, Fiestabowl Entertainment, this is what we doing. Personally, Sam Rawstein, you can find me on IG, and you can hit me up and holler at your boy, man. We outside. We in the streets.
And this was brought to you by Philly Music Videos. I got to plug that,
Shout out to my guy,
he pay the bills, man. I got to plug that right there.
Shout out to my guy, Lenny, man.
Yeah, man. And,
straight like that. Yeah!
Raw, and we out of here.